India called Goa. So I started learning the violin at the age of 6 under the Suzuki method with Professor Winston Collaço, who himself was trained in the US and Singapore. So when I'm not practicing, I like to spend time with my family, go to the beach, talk to my friends, and listen to some other kind of music. It's a great honor for me to represent my country, both as a participant and as a winner. More so since I come from a place where there is no Western Classical College of Music or Conservatory. It is my dream to pursue my career in music and to study in some of the finest colleges or universities. And after that, I want to come back to India, teach violin.
Anthea.
Hi.
Hi, welcome to New York and to Carnegie Hall.
Thank
As
you.
you're getting ready to perform tonight in the Weill Recital Hall, which is part of Carnegie Hall.
Yes.
And we're very excited to have you here. You came from India for this performance.
Yes.
Your first time in New York?
Yes, it's my first time. And I'm really excited to perform at the concert today.
And what city are you from in India?
I'm from Goa. It's a very, very tiny state. It's at the west coast.
Anthea, who are you studying with now?
I study with my teacher. I've been learning with him for 10 years now. He is Winston Collaço, and he has also studied in the US. He did a course over here at East Carolina University under the Suzuki method pedagogy in violin.
And you've been studying for 10 years.
Yes, with him.
So you must really like him. What about his teaching method really inspires you?
He really brings out the best in every student, and he helps me bring out the best in me too. That's what I feel. And he always encourages me and always puts me, helps me grow, and he just wishes the best for me and for all his students.
Oh, good. I'm sure he's a wonderful teacher. You're lucky.
Yes, he definitely will.
Since 8 years, I have been teaching Anthea, and over the period of time, I actually saw her really showing amazing progress at such a young age, which is very rare among kids of that age, especially when playing an instrument which is the most difficult, is the violin. Anthea has achieved a dream which I myself couldn't achieve in my life, but through her achievement, like as if my dream is being fulfilled through her, and I feel very proud of this achievement.
Oh, you had a chance to look around New York since you've been here? You've been here a day or two?
Yes, I've been here for a week.
A week?
Yes, because we had to recover from the jet lag and the time difference. But not really. I haven't really visited much because I plan to do it after the concert. And moreover, it's really cold, so I hope I don't freeze before I perform.
Yeah. And so what are your impressions of New York so far?
It's very beautiful. Very beautiful. It's such a fast-moving city, and there's so much to see, and there's a lot of people. Yeah.
Have you been to any concerts yet here?
Yes, it was a chamber concert. It was performed by a quartet, and and it was at the Manhattan School of Music.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Good concert.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very professional. Really loved it.
Yeah. Now, it says in the program that you set your eyes on the violin when you were 2, and there was something about it that you decided, I'm going to become a violinist. What was it, if you can think back all those years?
It's hard to really think of it because I was pretty small, but I guess just the look of it and how it sounded, a violin is really beautiful, and I guess everyone really wants to play the violin when they hear it because it's the most beautiful sounding instrument, according to me.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would agree with you. No argument from me. And so you started when you were a very little kid. You were just 2 years old.
Yes.
And the violin was probably
No, I started when I was 6.
6.
Yes.
Started when you were 6.
Yes.
The violin was still pretty small as a
Yes,
6-year-old.
it was just a half-size violin.
That's right. And did you get a sense after a while that this was something that you really liked? And could you feel yourself progressing and getting better pretty fast?
According to my mom and teacher, I did progress pretty quickly. I would pick things up quickly, and which was very shocking for my age. And yeah.
And what pieces were you beginning to work on what were some of your early pieces?
The first piece I ever played was, first advanced piece I really played was Canon in D by Johann Pachelbel. And then I progressed to learn the Saraband and Allegro Brilliant. Those were one of my first difficult pieces of when I was just a kid. And then it progressed to concerto and sonata and more concertos.
What kind of concertos were you playing?
I played the concerto in G major by Mozart, and I played a concerto by Haydn, and I also played a sonata by Beethoven.
Oh, which one? I think he wrote 5, if I'm not mistaken. 5 violin sonatas.
I think 8.
Yeah.
And I played the number 4.
I see.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty advanced. But you've looked at the scores from other concertos that are bigger concertos like the Beethoven.
Of course, yes.
Yeah, and you think one day you'll be able to tackle that?
Yes, it's very difficult scores, and it's very hard to interpret Mozart and Beethoven, especially Bach. But I definitely do wish to get on with those pieces.
Yeah. Have you looked at the Bach Chaconne? Have you looked at the score for that?
Yes, the sonatas and the partitas, very, very difficult, but I do hope to get there someday.
Yeah. I think the Chaconne, if you know the piece, is probably one of the most beautiful pieces ever written.
Yes, and it's the most difficult partita according to me.
Yes.
Yes,
yeah.
it's the most, and many competitions enlist the Chaconne, or even auditions enlist the Chaconne, because it's a very, very beautiful and a difficult piece to interpret.
Have you tried it just by yourself?
I think I did it once, but I think I stopped after a couple of bars because it got too tricky for me at that point.
Well, you'll get it. Now, I notice in the program it says something very unusual, that you give TED Talks. It says it right here that you give some TED presentations.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, it was in 2019. It was in April. We got the message from one of the organizer, and it was from TEDxICT Mumbai.
It was what?
A TEDxICT Mumbai. From TEDxICT Mumbai.
Right.
And one of the organizers got in touch with us and asked if I could give a talk to encourage young children to take up what they like and follow their passion.
Well, what was that talk like? What did you tell the kid? Did you perform at all?
Yes, I performed 3 pieces, and I spoke on the pieces as well as how kids should follow their passion, and nothing is impossible as long as you practice and follow your goal.
Wow. Yeah. I'd love to see that. Is that available? Can I watch that?
Yes, it's available on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you just search it out, it will be available.
This is my passion, playing the violin. In this age of technology, this might look to you like 2 pieces of wood to you. But when they come together, they produce the most beautiful sound that will touch your soul. I would like my music to speak to you first.
did you learn to speak English so well?
We actually speak English at home.
I see.
Since we are Goans, we weren't a part of India until
I see.
1961. So we have more of the Portuguese and the English
I see.
culture.
I see.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit more about the TED Talk. Were you nervous when you got up on the stage and you saw the people there? Or it doesn't. I'm guessing you weren't nervous because you seem to have a lot of poise and confidence.
I actually don't quite remember because I was hardly 13, but I'm definitely nervous. Even right now, I'm kind of nervous, but I don't know how I'm pulling it through. But I think once I am on stage and once I get comfortable with the environment and the people, I tend to not fumble so much, and that helps me cool down.
Right. Any violinists that are your favorites?
It actually depends on the piece because I look at how each person interprets it more than my favorite artist. But this piece is quite well interpreted by Maxim Wengroff, and even Hilary Hahn does it quite well, and I look at those videos quite often.
Now, Anthea, what lies ahead for you? Do you think you'll keep pursuing music? Do you think you'll make a career of music, or do you have other interests that you think you might get involved with instead?
No, I feel and I know that I will definitely pursue violin as a career, for which I have to study. So I am looking at going abroad and pursuing my career and learning it first. So I would want to study more and get in touch with a couple of universities so that I can do it.
And tell me again what piece you're playing tonight?
I'll be playing the Max Bruch Violin Concerto No. 1 in G minor, but just the third movement.
The Bruch?
Yes.
Third movement?
Yes.
Such a beautiful piece.
Yes, it quite is.
Tell us a little bit about that piece and how you feel about it.
It's a very beautiful piece. It is composed by a German composer, Max Bruch. He was born in the 19th century, and hence he's a romantic composer. And to me, this piece is the third movement. I would specifically speak. It's like a dance. It's a nice little dance you have, and it's very upbeat. And even though it has some soft spots and a very melodious tune in the middle, but it gets that rhythm and makes everyone get up on their toes, according
Right.
to me.
Have you prepared at all by listening to recordings of it by other violinists?
Yes, I watch other violinists very frequently because it helps give me a better idea, and yeah.
Well, I predict great things for you, and I'm looking forward to the Bruch tonight. Thanks for coming by, and good luck tonight.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure.